Good morning. A quiet weekend of weather ahead. Yes, it's a chilly start once again, but there should be some decent spells of sunshine for most of us throughout the day. All the details coming up shortly. Naga, and it is a quiet theme really. April so far has been very dry indeed. There are no surprises with the forecast as we go through this weekend. Chilly mornings, in fact temperatures across parts of Wales, England and Scotland as low as -4, -5 in one or two places as well. But there's a good deal of dry weather out there too. So you can see the clear skies that we've kept through the night. There is some cloud developing though out in the Atlantic. This is a weather front. It's going to make very slow progress, creeping into the northwest as we go through the day. But you can see the isobars squeezing together, a bit more of a breeze perhaps on exposed west coast, but it's a southerly wind. So that means that temperatures a little bit up on where we have been in recent days. So yes, there's going to be a chilly start, but there will be some sunshine around. A little bit of patchy mist and fog maybe across England, but that eases away quite readily. And a little bit of fair weather cloud developing to the northwest as we go through the day. Top temperatures though likely of 14 degrees. Now clouding over into Northern Ireland and Western Scotland, but it should stay dry during daylight hours. That rain arrives through the night, but it's fairly light and patchy and it's going to just sit out to the northwest. Elsewhere under those clearing skies, that's where we'll see temperatures once again falling just below freezing. So quite a mild start in comparison further north and west because that's where the cloud is tending to sit. So that weather front will be there and that will be a slight change as we move into Sunday. But we're still under this influence of high pressure that's drifting off into Scandinavia. And so for most of us, that means it's going to be a relatively dry and settled story once again on Sunday. More cloud, outbreaks of light, patchy rain moving its way through central areas of Scotland. More cloud pushing into Wales and southwest England as well. Top temperatures here of around 10 or 13 degrees, but the best of the sunshine perhaps to the east of the Pennines, and that's where we'll see the best of the warmth. 15 degrees not out of the question. That weather front really doesn't go very far, very fast. In fact, it's not going to push its way further inland. So as we go into Monday, there'll be more cloud around potentially on Monday, but still temperatures on the warm side still with that southerly breeze, 16 degrees not out of the question. But there are signs potentially of a change to come. Now, there's an area of high pressure moving in from the northwest, and what that's going to allow to do is once again, as the winds swing round in a clockwise direction, it may well drive in more of a northerly breeze and a cooler air. So that does mean that there's the potential as we go through the week, once we've seen temperatures back to where they should be for the time of year, just falling away once again. Naga.
Louise.
Morning, Naga. It tells the story, actually. Frost on the ground, but beautiful blue sky and sunshine. This is in East Anglia, as you can see, in Suffolk, but a different story further north and west. A little more cloud, unfortunately, here. And that is because of this satellite picture, as you can see, a frontal system pushing into the northwest. It's going to take its time. So for most of us, we're still under this influence of high pressure. A southerly wind dragging in slightly milder air, but clouding over a little with that weather front arriving later on in the day. So that will bring some more cloud into Northern Ireland and the far northwest of Scotland, but elsewhere it's a beautiful day. Lots of sunshine coming through, light winds and just a little bit of fair weather cloud maybe developing into the afternoon, but temperatures will be on the up. We're looking at around 11, 14, maybe 15 degrees as a high. Now that rain won't arrive until later on today, through the evening and overnight, and it'll push its way into Western Scotland and Northern Ireland. That's going to act like a blanket, prevent those temperatures from falling too low. Elsewhere where we have those clearer skies, obviously we can't rule out the risk of frost forming once again, particularly in sheltered rural areas. So tomorrow does look likely that we'll still keep a lot of dry weather in the forecast. That frontal system not moving very far, very fast, but it will bring outbreaks of rain, albeit light and patchy, across northern and central Scotland, into Northern Ireland as well, and maybe more cloud pushing into Wales and southwest England as well. So anywhere to the east of the Pennines is likely to see the best of the sunshine and the best of the warmth on Sunday. 15 degrees is the expected high. Now that weather front really is going to weaken off as we go into sitting out into the northwest. So Monday again, a largely fine day. There will be more cloud around, I suspect, on Monday, but still warm with that southerly wind coming through. Top temperatures of 16 degrees. More from me later on.
See you later.
Good morning. A quiet weekend of weather ahead. Yes, it's a chilly start once again, but there should be some decent spells of sunshine for most of us throughout the day. All the details coming up shortly. Yeah, Naga, there is a frost. You can just make it out on the grass here from this Weather Watcher centre in Suffolk. Temperatures have fallen below freezing across Wales, England and parts of Scotland. Further north and west, there is a little more in the way of cloud, though, and that's going to be the story as we go through the day today. There is a weather front that's starting to push in from the Atlantic. It's going to take all day before it really arrives, but it will bring more in the way of cloud as it moves in from the Atlantic, and a little bit more of a breeze with those isobars squeezing together. But for most of us, we're still under this influence of high pressure, and a light southerly breeze will mean with the sunshine around, the temperatures are going to respond. So despite a chilly start, we'll see those temperatures picking up as we go through the day. A little bit of fair weather cloud maybe develops through the afternoon, but it will be largely dry, and temperatures should peak between 11 and 14, maybe 15 degrees if we're lucky. The rain will arrive by the end of the day, so perhaps not until after dark, and even then it'll be pushing into the west of Northern Ireland and the northwest of Scotland only. Here, that is going to act like a blanket. It's going to prevent those temperatures from falling below freezing, but in sheltered eastern areas, once again, we're going to see those temperatures starting to dip close to or just below freezing. So a light frost quite possible across sheltered eastern areas first thing tomorrow morning. Our weather front will continue to drift slowly into the northwest. It means more cloud and patchy rain across much of northern and central Scotland through the day and into Northern Ireland. Eventually we'll see a little more cloud into Wales and southwest England as well as we go through the afternoon. So really, eastern England, to the east of the Pennines, is where we're likely to see the best of the sunshine and potentially the warmth. 15 degrees once again the high as we move into Sunday. Now by Monday, that weather front is still sitting out to the northwest, not moving very far at all. We've still got a southerly breeze developing, more cloud across the country on Monday, but again still majority of us will see a good deal of dry weather. Top temperatures around 50 degrees, so that's a little bit milder than it has been just recently. Now, as we move out of Monday, it looks likely that we will continue to see an area of high pressure pushing in from the Atlantic, and that is going to help weaken off that frontal system considerably, but it's also going to bring more of a northerly component to the weather. So that means that the colder air is set to return briefly across much of the country. So we will, through the middle part of the week ahead, see a bit of a dip with those temperatures. So we finally get temperatures back to where they should be for this time of year, Naga, but it does look as though through the middle part of the week, we're back to a chillier feel. Back to you. It is, Naga. It's a cold start. It's a frosty start, but it's one of those beautiful mornings where there's very little in the way of cloud in the sky for most of us. As you can see, this was Acton just an hour or so ago, but there is some cloud, and that's further north and west. That's because we do have a weather front slowly approaching from the Atlantic. So here, the sunshine not quite as promising. So it'll be a veil of high cloud to start with, and then gradually thickening up as we go through the afternoon. So for most of us, yes, temperatures have fallen down to lows of -4, -5 in places. So it is a cold one, but there's not that much in the way of wind, and the sunshine is pretty strong at this time of year, so it'll get to work and help lift those temperatures quite nicely. As we go into the afternoon, we may well see a maximum of around 14 or 15 degrees. Now, thicker cloud the further north and west you are, that weather front will continue to push some rain into Scotland and Northern Ireland by the end of the day and overnight. We keep those clearer skies, though, across England and Wales, so for many, once again, it's going to be a chilly start, perhaps not quite as cold as this morning, but a good deal of dry weather around. That weather front will continue to bring some outbreaks of rain into the far northwest. It'll be fairly light and patchy. It'll be moving its way across Scotland through the day, maybe Aberdeenshire down to the southeast, staying dry and bright, clouding over across Wales and southwest England into the afternoon. But to the east of the Pennines, it may well stay dry and sunny for much of the afternoon. And with a light southerly breeze, we're likely to see temperatures peaking at 15 degrees, where they should be now for this time of year. Naga.
Lots of
morning. A quiet weekend of weather ahead. Yes, it's a chilly start once again, but there should be some decent spells of sunshine for most of us throughout the day. All the details coming up shortly. It is. It's one of those picturesque spring mornings, cold, frosty, as you can see here by this weather watcher. So poor old Mother Nature struggling a little, but there is blue sky and sunshine for most of us. The only exception is further north and west. We've got some thickening cloud, and that will continue as we go through the day, affecting the far northwest of Scotland and into Northern Ireland as well. That is because this mass of cloud here is an area of low pressure which will gradually bring some rain. Ahead of it, though, we keep the blue sky and sunshine for pretty much most of the country, and with a light southerly breeze and the sunshine quite strong now at this time of year, the temperatures are going to really start to pick up quite swiftly. So yes, after a chilly start, we'll see highs likely of 14, possibly 15 degrees in one or two places. Thickening cloud the further north and west. Here's that rain arriving. This weather front will continue to sweep in across the far north of Scotland and Northern Ireland. Elsewhere, still under the influence of high pressure, so low single figures quite likely once again tomorrow morning, but that cloud acting like a blanket, keeping those temperatures up at around 5 or 6 first thing. That means there's going to be some rain around for Scotland and Northern Ireland only, and not that much in the way of significant rainfall. It will really be quite light and patchy into the northwest of the Great Glen, gradually drifting its way eastward. So eastern Scotland down towards the borders should stay fine and dry, clouding over through Wales and southwest England as we go through the afternoon. East of the Pennines will keep some sunshine and will keep some warmth as well. Temperatures perhaps responding with highs of 15 degrees. The weather story doesn't really change very fast at all. So as we move out of Sunday into Monday, that front is still there, still sitting up into the far northwest. And in actual fact, it will start to die really. And elsewhere, we keep quite a lot of cloud around. And as you can see, as we go through Monday, temperatures with that light southerly breeze peaking at around 15 or 16 degrees. Moving out of Monday into Tuesday, the weather front will start to ease away, and there's an area of high pressure that's going to build in from the northwest behind it. So the current high pressure drifts off into Scandinavia. This weak weather front really starts to ease away, and high pressure building up to the northwest will then allow once again more of a northerly flow. So the blue tones returning, the cold air pushing its way south. So after seeing temperatures bouncing back to about where they should be for this time of year, 15 or 16 degrees as a high, as you can see through the middle part of the week, just that little bit chillier. Naga.
Louise.
Yes, good morning, Naga. It is a cold start. Temperatures fell below freezing, down as low as -5 in some spots. But you can see there is a lot of blue sky and sunshine to go with that. And the satellite picture is just coming in now. You can see how extensive that sunshine is. Yes, there is some thicker cloud further north and west. And this is rain-bearing cloud out in the Atlantic, an indication of what's to come. But it's going to take its time in arriving. So for most of us, it is a quiet story with that high pressure still keeping things fine and dry. A little bit of fair weather cloud developing across England and Wales through the heat of the day, but temperatures should peak generally between 11 and 14 degrees. We might see 15 in one or two spots as well. That rain, well, that arrives through the night tonight into Northern Ireland and to Western Scotland. Bit more of a breeze, the ice bars squeezing together as those fronts move in. That's actually going to prevent those temperatures from falling below freezing here at around 6 to 8 degrees. But under clearer skies, we could see temperatures into low single figures. A light frost still not out of the question. But there will be more sunshine to come for the second half of the weekend. Some light patchy rain moving through Scotland and Northern Ireland, clouding over across the borders into Wales and southwest England. So it looks likely that to the east of the Pennines is where we'll see the best of the sunshine tomorrow afternoon, with highs of 15 degrees. Now, as we move out of Sunday into Monday, that weather front hasn't really moved very far at all. We might continue to see more in the way of cloud, particularly the further west you are associated with that front. So the best of the drier, sunnier moments likely to be into sheltered eastern areas, but we could still see a pleasant feel. That's at temperatures back to where they should be really for this time of year, 11 to 16 degrees the high. High pressure is going to move in from the Atlantic through the middle part of the week, and with winds swinging in a clockwise direction, that means a return to a northerly component. That's going to drive in colder air once again across the country. Not for all. You can see how we keep the yellow tones across really south of the M4 corridor. So that means through the middle part of the week, there is the potential for a slight drop in the temperature, but then they hopefully bounce back as we move towards next weekend, largely fine and dry. So I say it's a quiet story. Yes, it's chilly out there at the moment, but there's a good deal of dry weather and a good deal of sunshine to look out for. Naga.
Louise, thanks very much.
Morning. A quiet weekend of weather ahead. Yes, it's a chilly start once again, but there should be some decent spells of sunshine for most of us throughout the day. All the details coming up shortly. Good morning. Yes, it's very quiet out there at the moment. Quite an atmospheric weather watcher sent in with just a little bit of mistiness around, and you can see how much blue sky we've got across the country. We do have a little more in the way of cloud into the far north of Scotland, as you can see from Aberdeenshire, and the satellite pictures are now starting to come in, and you can see how extensive that sunshine is, with cloud just sitting into the far northwest. And this mass of cloud behind me is a weather front that's going to arrive later on today. It will bring some rain eventually, but it's going to take its time in doing so. So that will push its way gradually eastwards through the course of the afternoon. The best of the sunshine through this afternoon looks likely to be across much of the country, as you can see, with temperatures peaking at around 11 to 15 degrees. Now, as we go through the evening and overnight, our weather front continues to push its way into the far northwest, and that will bring more of a breeze and more cloud and gradually in some rain. So that's going to hold the temperatures up above freezing, but in sheltered eastern areas we keep those clear skies, we keep temperatures down into low single figures. But tomorrow morning will start off dry and settled for many. Showery rain continue into Scotland and Northern Ireland, more cloud into Wales and southwest England. Best of the sunshine tomorrow to the east of the Pennines with highs of 15 degrees. Naga.
Louise, thank you very much.
Quite right, Naga. Yes, if you're up early enough, there was a frost as temperatures across Wales, England and Scotland got down to lows of -4 or -5 degrees, but some lovely sunshine out there. Here's the latest satellite picture. You can see how extensive that sunshine is. Just a little more cloud into the far north of Scotland, and this cloud out here, eventually, it's a weather front that's going to bring some rain, but not until after dark tonight. So we will see the cloud thickening into the west of Northern Ireland and the northwest of the Great Glen through the afternoon. A little bit of fair weather cloud bubbling up elsewhere, but light winds and pleasant enough. The sunshine is warm at this time of year now, so temperatures respond, and with some shelter, 14, 15 degrees, going to feel very nice indeed. Out to this evening and overnight, our weather front pushing in from the northwest. Now that's going to bring some rain. It will also bring a blanket of cloud with it as well, so temperatures holding up above freezing, but it's going to be a chilly start to Sunday morning. Lots of sunshine expected for most, cloud thickening into the far north and west throughout the day. The rain fairly light and patchy in the north. Naga.
Louise, thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.